Is instant credit assessment an achievable goal? Yes, in the right environment. So for vanilla products, for perhaps straightforward lending products, it absolutely is the right thing to do for consumers. But there'll always be an opportunity, there'll always be a market for consumers and customers that need bespoke solutions that actually don't want that instant decision. And Shawbrook and others will look to play in both those markets.
Instant credit assessment is definitely an achievable goal. I see that as a definite yes, for sure.
For me, instant credit assessment is absolutely an achievable goal. I think if I look at the business journey that we've currently got, we can lend on a pre-approved basis within Barclays already to business customers. Currently we do that up to 25,000 across all channels, but as I'm responsible for digital, and we can do that in both an online and a mobile application. I think that the next step in terms of gathering more data and actually amalgamating that and making an immediate assessment, I think is touchable. I think that what we've got, and we've gone through a journey, is that traditionally from a credit risk assessment, the data that we had was in the background, and we were getting customers to be in the position where they populated a form and that was cross-checked against that data. I think that increasingly we're doing the cross-checking of the data in the background and then actually presenting the position to a customer. So my aspiration from a business perspective is to link up with the appropriate APIs and get to that space where we can create potentially a commercial agreement in principle and extend the value that we can lend out digitally beyond the current 25,000 and grow the journey. Now that might be a totally digital journey, and I think that we can do that for 50k, maybe a little bit more than that. But also we could then have an omni-channel journey where we use an API to feed out the information of that agreement in principle to one of our colleagues in branch or telephony channels.
I think an instant credit decision is an achievable goal. I think open banking will certainly help with that and enable customers to understand their options quicker and to get that certainty, which then allows them to go on with what they really want to do, which is buy a property.
So I did some work in Barclaycard around trying to bring our consumer card customers along with our corporate card customers and also our personal finance customers. And the intention was, can we just have a look at what we do when we got a brand new customer who's looking, say, for example, a customer wants a personal card, he wants a corporate card, and he also wants a loan because he's setting up a new business. And we were like, okay, if it's the same customer looking for some kind of credit line, what am I asking the customer for? And what we figured out was today I'm asking in total around about 230 odd data points from the same customer for 3 different products. And when we then took all the 230 data points, we stepped back and we said, okay, what am I doing with this data, right? So I'm doing a credit score, I'm doing an AML, anti-fraud, KYC, blah, blah, blah. And when I look at it, 99% of the process, whether it's a corporate product or a consumer product, is exactly the same. So the result of that was I came up with a process wherein I had in total, instead of 220, we designed a process which was just 12 data points. And I'm saying if it's a consumer card customer, I need 6. Give me your name, address, date of birth, the vanilla 6 data points. If now is the same customer asking for a corporate card, give me 3 additional data points, which is, what's your company address, what's your company ID, blah. And then if you are looking for a loan, then I need an additional 3. And that's about it. And with these 12 data points, I can return a credit decision in less than 30 milliseconds. So whether instant credit decisioning, is that achievable? The answer is yes. I think the big consideration is the risk appetite. How much risk is the business or the company willing to take? And I think that's what defines timelines. So the question is not about whether instant or not. It is already here. Instant credit decisioning is here. It's online. Zopa and peer-to-peer lenders like that, they do it instantly online. So the question is not about whether it can be done. The question is about what is the amount of risk appetite and flex on the appetite are the institutions ready to take. and how well informed are the data that sits behind that appetite is, and how much data can they consume in as little time as possible. So machine learning and all of that kind of really comes into place. But yeah, absolutely. Instant credit decisioning, I think it's already here. It's not a question about whether it can be done or not.
Instant credit assessment is achievable. I think it's absolutely an achievable goal, and it's working right now in certain circumstances. So there are a number of financial institutions who are offering full end-to-end applications and drawdown to their customers, to their existing customers, using instant credit decisioning. Now that's obviously an awful lot easier when it's a customer of yours and you already have the KYC in place, you already have the AML in place, and you know that customer's history. I think instant credit decisioning for non-customers, new applicants, is going to be a lot more difficult. I do think that's going to rely on the introduction of some degree of a central register, a central place whereby customers' credit history may well be stored, or customers' identity may well be stored, and whether that be provided through blockchain or whatever it might be. I think that needs to be in place to be able to offer a full end-to-end instant credit score or instant credit decisioning for non-customers. But I think that there is a real opportunity as it is at the moment for existing customers of financial institutions. And I think that a lot of banks should be doing or can be doing more in order to be able to facilitate their existing customers.